Hey everyone, and welcome to this Dota 2 beginner's guide on how to play Zeus. This guide is going to focus on mid Zeus, but also can be applied to the position 4 Zeus as well, because, Zeus is relatively versatile, although he is primarily played in the mid role. Zeus currently has one of the highest win rate in the games, and is one of the heroes I genuinely recommend for new players that are looking to play mid. Mid is a tricky position because it is amongst the most complex and mechanically challenging positions. It's often one I don't recommend to new players, but there are some players that are genuinely interested in that challenge, and Zeus is a very good beginner friendly hero, mainly because of his straightforward game plan and his straightforward itemization. Now, Zeus is kind of a one-trick pony. You do damage with your magical abilities. That's basically how he works. The mechanical complexity of Zeus is really low. There's not a lot going on so much for Zeus, as long as you're casting abilities and you're staying alive. He's much more focused on the positioning element. You have to make sure that you're safe. Okay, and that's something that our talent builds and our items are going to help prioritize as well. Let's talk about Zeus in terms of his actual, characterization. He is not durable. He has no escape, though I do disagree that the game says he's not a pusher, but he is. Using Arc Lightning, you are able to push waves very effectively. It basically does damage across all the creeps and will allow you to push the waves very effectively. And the nice thing about Zeus is when you're laning as a mid early in the game, he has a very straightforward game plan. Your game plan is to basically utilize Arc Lightning and your right click to secure last hits on the creeps and to push the waves into the opposing tower. Usually you want to pull waves, but in mid in this given situation, you want to actually push the wave into their tower and create a ton of pressure on them. Hopefully at lower MMRs, the player will lose CS or creep score, or basically their last hits, under the tower because it's a little harder, and you're going to be applying constant pressure onto them. You're also going to free up your small camp so that you can actually run back and farm that camp using Arc Lightning, and you're also going to protect yourself from basically going to the runes. You'll be able to go to the runes very effectively. Moreover, the further you push the lane in, it prevents the opposing mid from actually rotating into their jungle, because if they do that, all your creeps are going to die under tower and they're missing all that gold. So Zeus's game plan is relatively straightforward. You push the waves into the tower using Arc Lightning. It does require a lot more mana. Now, what Zeus really is he's a nuker. It's incredible. Zeus is one of those heroes that can single-handedly lead a game in damage almost every single game. And it's incredible because I actually recently did this from the position 4. Now, Zeus can be played at mid and also in position 4, which is the soft support. I happen to be playing him soft support, and I had an anti-mage and other hard carries, and it was the position 4 Zeus that did the most damage across all heroes in the entire game, simply because of the way he scales and the amount of damage he can do. And honestly, it's Static Field. Static Field, when mixed with Arc Lightning and Lightning Bolt, can do a tremendous amount of damage. Guys, I'm telling you, his kit is a lot of fun to use. It's relatively straightforward. That doesn't mean that he doesn't have a lot of utility and added complexity. He's a fun hero. Now let's talk about the matchups, okay? As always, I recommend that you have a plan going in a screen like this, okay? Again, you can copy mine or you can make your own. Basically, Zeus is all about, positioning and maximizing the amount of damage you can do. There are some heroes that can genuinely make that difficult. For instance, Viper. Viper's Nether Toxin is annoying, but his corrosive skin causes problems for Zeus because it does not allow him to use Arc Lightning, okay? Because if Arc Lightning hits Viper, the corrosive skin will actually cancel your clarities, and that's really annoying because Zeus needs to utilize his clarities in the mid lane. So I recommend you ban Viper, because Viper is commonly played in the mid lane. He's also an offlaner, but he will absolutely destroy Zeus. It makes it very, very, very hard for Zeus to play against Viper, okay? So that's the ban I recommend. Anti-Mage is difficult because, of course, he uses your mana against you and you have almost no mana, though that's later in the game. You obviously don't lane against him. Lifesteal has Rage, which makes him magic immune. Blade Fury makes Juggernaut magic immune. You have Chaos Knight, which has illusions, and he can get on top of Zeus with his stun, and next thing you know, you can't do anything and you're just dead. Slark often builds a Shadow Blade and a Silver's Edge, so he goes invisible, gets on top of Zeus and murders him. Spectre can haunt and actually kind of come in on top of Zeus and just and murder him. You know, we have Faceless Void can slow down the cooldowns of Zeus, which really impacts his DPS. Pudge can hook Zeus, right, pull him out of position and basically murder him. Pugna, although Pugna has Decrepify, which can make him very vulnerable to damage, Pugna also has a ward that does damage every time you cast a spell, and Zeus spams spells non-stop, so you want to be aware of Pugna's Silencer. Well, he silences you, so you can't cast spells. Templar Assassin's Refraction cannot be easily taken out by Zeus because he does almost no right-click damage and he does not attack frequently. So basically, you can't really deal with that very well. Although you do counter her invisibility from Meld, which is interesting enough. Ursa can basically just enrage and murder you. Death Prophet has a silence, an AoE silence, and if you're silenced for like 6 seconds, you are essentially useless as Zeus. Bloodseeker can prevent you from escaping using Ravage. He can also silence you using his Bloodright. And Doom has Doom. Doom counters everybody in the game, because if he just dooms you, you're useless. But yeah, specifically Zeus, if you're doomed, you can't cast any spells. So you literally are useless. However, Zeus is really good against a lot of elusive, invisible heroes because of his ability, Lightning Bolt. Lightning Bolt will give unobstructed and Truesight vision around a 750 radius. So when you cast it, it'll allow you to kind of see, you know, where invisible opponents are. So it allows you to kind of track them more effectively. So bounty hunters, okay, Weavers, Rickies, Sand Kings, they'll have a lot of trouble against Zeus because you can reveal their invisibility. Enigma is countered by Zeus because essentially if he black holes from a wide distance, you can just say, okay, mini stunned with Lightning Bolt, your black hole's over. Okay? Because black hole is a channeled ability. Enchantress has no, you know, has a resistance to physical attacks, but magic can blow up Enchantress. Nature's Prophet, you just make short work of all the treants, and you can also prevent him from escaping. Using his Sprout. Necrophos can take additional magic damage as he goes into Ghost Shroud. Winter Wyvern, any hero that is kind of protected by Winter Wyvern, can still take damage from Zeus, okay? Then you have Tinker, who uses, you know, Boots of Travel to travel and rearm from location to location. Can be basically lightning bolted and stunned and cancels all his teleportations and his rearm. Wind Ranger's Wind Run cannot be... she cannot dodge magical damage, and then so on and so forth, right? These are all heroes. Techi's Minds get revealed. You know, these are all heroes that Zeus does a really good job countering, and as you continue to play him, you begin to get more comfortable with these matchups. You know, for instance, Zeus doesn't really... You know, you don't need to ban a sniper, but sniper's really annoying for Zeus because he can kind of poke Zeus from a very far distance and make it very hard for Zeus to get last hits and to actually make an impact on the fight. Let's talk about itemization for Zeus. The first thing you need to know is that this beginner's guide will be available in client with complete item descriptions and a suggested build with talents and everything for you. So be sure to look for that in the Dota client. It's going to be called the Zeus Beginner's Guide by Octavarium, and I'll include the information in the description and in the comments section as well. Now, with regards to the starting items, you're bringing a Tango, you need to heal. You're bringing a Mango because you need some burst mana if you want to secure a kill. You're also bringing an Honored Branch, not for the stats, but rather to be eaten like this, so that you can basically get some added sustain in the lane, so that you could eat, so that you can regenerate a little better. You're also bringing 2 Clarities, a Salve, and an Observer Ward, and I'll show you placement of the Observer Ward as we get into the replay analysis afterwards. Now, the nice thing about Zeus here is that other heroes, generally as you move into the laning stage, you have to bring a lot of like attributes. You're bringing circlets and things like that because you need the attributes. You need to trade more effectively. You need more HP. You need more attack speed. All those things. Zeus doesn't worry about that. The reason for that is simple. Zeus relies on his Arc Lightning, okay, for his primary farming and last hitting, okay? Yes, of course, you can use your right click to get some last hits here and there, and you will, and that's fantastic. But you don't really use your right click at all to harass the opposing team. You're using Arc Lightning. The result of that is you have a dependence on Clarities. And the fortunate thing about Zeus is that the cast range on Arc Lightning is pretty wide. Take a look at it. Okay, that is a pretty far cast range. And the result of that is that when you use Arc Lightning, you're usually safe from attack from the opposing enemy in mid. So, you're able to use Clarities very effectively because it's very unlikely that your Clarity gets popped by an opposing auto attack. So you can basically have Clarities constantly running in the background as you're securing last hits as Zeus. A very important thing to consider. You are going to be buying a lot of Clarities. Your first item after that is going to be a bottle. Why? Because in the mid stages, you're going to be utilizing your bottle to take advantage of the runes. And the game plan for Zeus is to push the enemy wave in. And because you're pushing the enemy wave in, you're going to have an opportunity to secure those runes before they can. All right? That is the early stages. Now, as you move on from the beginning stages of the game, okay, and the mango is used to basically to give that burst kill potential. So if like you need that one more hit on an opponent to kill him, you can use your mango. Or if you see an opportunity to get someone with your Thundergod's Wrath at level 6, you mango and then you ult. But keep in mind, one mango is not enough to cover the cost of Thundergod's Wrath. So please bear that in mind and keep an eye on your mana, especially if you're seeing harassment in the lanes and some kill potential. Okay, so main item progression. You are definitely building a bottle as a mid Zeus. Okay, you are going to be controlling those runes because you're going to be pushing the enemy wave using your arc lightning, and I'll demonstrate that in the replay. You're also going to be building your arcane boots. Once again, mana's a big factor. You need to have more mana, and the arcane boots are going to help you stay stay on top of your mana. And the nice thing about your arcane boots is that when you are building your Aether Lens, which increases your attack range for your spells, which is incredibly important. Remember, Zeus is very immobile, so it's very important that you keep your distance, stay safe. You can actually buy the Void Stone first, okay? You buy the Aether Lens recipe, and then you actually disassemble your Arcane Boots. You unlock combining on your Energy Booster, and you've got yourself an Aether Lens. So you're able to get it relatively quickly because you don't actually have to save up the additional gold for the Energy Booster. You already had it in your boots, and you can disassemble your boots. From there, you're building your Aghanim's Scepter. You're going to focus on the Point Booster first, or alternatively, the Staff of Wizardry. Okay? You can use those interchangeably. The advantage of the Staff of Wizardry is that you're going to get increased mana regeneration, okay, and a mana pool. With the Point Booster, you are getting more mana, and you're getting no regeneration, but you're getting a lot of health. So if you're in a lot of harassment and you're a little behind, you might want to actually take the Point Booster first, because it'll give you a little more sustain, a little more health. Zeus does not have a lot of health, so the Point Booster accounts for quite a bit. And then finally, you want to take your Ogre Axe next, because again, is adding survivability to you. It's giving you more health, and then you complete the Aghanim Scepter with your Blade of Alacrity. When you have the Aghanim Scepter, the reason why you want the Aghanim Scepter so much is because Nimbus is an incredible tool. Nimbus can be used from anywhere on the map. It gives vision of the area. It can be used as a farming tool. Oh, I don't have a Lightning Bolt unlocked. Okay, so that's a fun little thing. So, okay, let's just skill this for a sec here. Now that I have Lightning Bolt unlocked, it actually does the Nimbus. You'll never have a Nimbus without Lightning Bolt. But anyways, the nice thing about the Nimbus is that if you have an enemy, you can actually reveal them by putting the Nimbus there, right? You can do this over the Rosh Pit. You can do it over a lot of things, right? And it casts the equivalent damage of your Lightning Bolt, including the talents for the mini stun and stuff like that. So it's very important that you consider what your Lightning Bolt is before you cast Nimbus, okay? But anyways, so you get Nimbus using Aghanim Scepter. It allows you to split push. It allows you to zone. It allows you to do a lot of things, do additional damage in a team fight. It's a free stun, basically. It's basically free spell casting, so you definitely want to use it. From there, what I usually recommend players do, and you can do this in any order, you can actually go Octarine before the Boots of Travel if you wish, but if you want to create a lot of map pressure, you take Boots of Travel, you unlock combining here, and what it allows you to do, allows you to TP to TP more frequently, TP for free, and TP to your allied units, which allows you to effectively push lanes with your Arc Lightning. From there, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to build an Octarine Core. The nice thing about the Octarine Core is that one of its core components is Aether Lens. You already have Aether Lens. And the nice thing about Octarine Core is that it also builds into a Soul Booster, so you're going to utilize all these. You're going to get additional health, additional mana, and you can get additional health and mana, and you get the Octarine Core. You get the benefit of all of those things in a single slot, and you get the increased cooldown reduction of 25%, which allows you to spam your abilities significantly more often. It makes a huge difference in your overall DPS. Now, while the Octarine Core itself does not do additional damage, the fact that you can repeatedly cast allows you to do additional damage. So a very useful item. And finally, Refresher Orbs are a really cool item because what it allows you to do, it essentially allows you to, I'll drop a hero over here. I'll show you how it works. So you drop a hero here, you have your Refresher Orb. So let's say you have Axe. So let's get to level 6 here. We'll level up, we'll take 6. Okay, so what we do is we usually have one Thundergod's Wrath. Okay, we do some damage, not bad. But what you can do is you can Nimbus, Thundergod's Wrath, Refresher Orb, Nimbus, Thundergod's Wrath. You can basically use all your skills twice. And the nice thing about it, really, is that you can use 2 Thundergod's Wraths, right? So you can actually initiate a fight, Okay, drop your Nimbus, and then you can actually use your thing. You can actually use it again if you want to actually zone your opponents even more. And then if someone's escaping, use it again. Or alternatively, you can actually be an absolute madman. Just do this, and just do 2 instances of massive global damage, and hit the opposing team for like 1,000 damage right off the bat. So pretty interesting little effect there. From there, though, you got a few optional items. Those are the core items. 99% of the time, this is the items you're building in this order. Okay, the only ones you could flip around, you could build the Octarine core before the Boots of Travel. Never build the Refresher ore before the Octarine or the Boots, okay? The Boots of Travel is also very beneficial because the movement speed will keep you safe. With regards to optional items, Veil of Discord is an early to mid-game item that will allow you to do additional damage to people caught in its radius. It is very useful, so you can use it. So if you have Axe is dead, that's okay. So what you can do here is you drop an opposing hero here, and what you do is you hit them with Veil of Discord, and they're actually going to take increased magic damage. So when you hit them with your magical abilities, they're taking increased damage. This is mostly used for if you have a team like a Skywrath Mage and others, or an Invoker, that also do a lot of magic damage. So not only is it you that's doing magic damage, it's everyone else as well. Okay, a very interesting item. What you're also going to look towards getting eventually, possibly, is Coccia. And the nice thing about Coccia is that it's, yes, the mana amplification for regeneration is valuable. Yes, the spell steal is valuable, especially with your level 25 talent. You like intelligence and you like spell amplification. It's all great. It's also all percentage based, with the exception of the intelligence, which is beneficial because if you get this later on, it's percentage based, so you are benefiting from it regardless. Okay, so still a good optional item. Lincolns, a little niche. Lincolns you're taking if like there's a lion that's blinking on top of you, hexing you, stunning you, and killing you. Okay, you take it if there's a Shadow Shaman blinking on top of you and shackling you all the time. If you're being targeted by the opposing team with these hard disables, you go Lincoln Sphere so that you blow up one of the disables so that you can survive and move to safety. But it's more important that you reposition better in the first place. Aeon Disc is similar, except more for like physical damage burst lineups. So like if you have like a PA or a Spectre that jumps on top of you and just murders you right off the bat, Aeon Disc gives you an opportunity to survive that initial wave of burst damage. So it can be very useful. But cheaper and probably a little more effective and more realistic is Ghost Scepter. So if you have, I've spoken about Ghost Scepter in the past. So let's say you're being jumped on by an opposing enemy and you're getting killed. If you Ghost Scepter, physical damage, they just can't attack you. They can't attack you. However, they can cast spells on you. So if I refresh this, so he's attacking me, I Ghost Scepter, he can't attack me, but he can actually cast a spell on me, and I take increased damage from that spell. So bear that in mind. It's only used in conjunction with right clickers that are trying to basically murder you right off the bat. Outside of that, honestly, Zeus's itemization is very straightforward. That's basically it. And for 99% of the games you're going to play, these items will be sufficient. Specifically, the main item progression. Let me know if you have any comments. Let's move on to the in-game examples. Now, we do go with Arc Lightning as your first skill because that is your primary farming and pushing mechanic. But with regards to the ward here, you want to bring a ward with you, and where you want to place it is you want to place it in a manner so you see some of the high ground here, and you also see that ward, the rune area. So you're going to want to place it like right here. That allows you to see the rune area and the high ground here. It's also important that you drop it right away. You don't delay like I did. The reason why is because you want to see if someone else walks up first and drops their ward there before you do, okay? With regards to starting items, what you're looking to do is you're looking to take tangos, because obviously you need the health. You're taking a mango because you want the mango, like if you see a killing opportunity and you don't have enough mana, it's like a burst of mana for you to get that killing opportunity. You're also taking a Iron Branch because what you're going to do is, so right now I don't have anyone mid, so I'm just going to take this last hit, right? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to spread the damage out a little bit. We want to push under tower. And the reason why we spread the damage out a little bit is because we're going to use our Arc Lightning to secure the last hits and then come up here and get that last hit there. And then we move up to this creep here. Get that last hit, we deny this, and again, the mid's not here yet because I guess they took damage during the hustle on the bounty rune, and they're gonna look. They just missed all the CS here, right? And what we're gonna do, we're actually gonna hold this up here. Second skill into lightning. So here comes mid. The mid line was a little late there, and watch this, right? So I'm doing some harassment. I'm gonna get the last hit here, right? And look at this. See how it's bouncing? It's harassing him naturally. And look, I'm securing the last hits. Oh, I missed one, but anyways, you get what I'm trying to do here. So right, I'm seeing this. Got the last hit. Do that there, and again, I'm creating a lot of pressure on the map. There we go, last hits, and he's right under tower. Look, he's going to miss CS. right? And again, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to continue to apply pressure. I'm going to use one of my my clarities here to keep my mana up. If I take damage, I drop a branch and eat it with a tango. I use this to take that last hit there, right? And look, right? So he's being very passive. But look, I'm securing the last hits. I go up here, get this last hit here. He could have probably tried to deny that. I get the last hit there, and I take my Arc Lightning. And once again, because he's under tower, okay, at 2 minutes, these runes are going to spawn, right? And what I'm doing here is I'm applying a lot of pressure, denying when possible, but I'm creating a lot of pressure. Now, he should harass me, right? But again, I'm moving back. I'm going to use my other clarity. At this point, I should be bringing, well, at this point, I should bring my bottle. Bring a bottle, another couple clarities, bring it on over. Once you have enough for your bottle, you grab it. Look at this. See? Because I'm creating a lot of pressure, I come here, I get my mana, I run back, I try and get this last hit. Am I going to make it? I just barely didn't. But anyways, again, we're creating a lot of pressure because this is near their tower, right? Look, oh, so he did go for that, but look, he's missing last hits, right? This is exactly what we want to do. We want to create a situation where he's missing CS in order to get, you know, his runes and stuff like that. We want to create a lot of pressure. Okay, we want to pull the creep wave. Okay, get these last hits, and now we take Lightning Bolt, because what we can do, we can actually check to see if he has a ward there. He did not, but we should have actually just did damage. Take the last hit, and again, look, see? He's under tower, he's having a hard time. That was a waste of mana there. But again, we can use the bottle to just recuperate our mana. In the early game, we're using a lot of clarities, but again, our goal here, the primary goal, is to just keep pushing the wave under tower, right? Make it very difficult for him to actually get to these runes, and if he tries to go to farm the small camp, or if he tries to go here or anything like that, he essentially is stuck because I don't know why they're all TPing here, but anyways, that's what you get for a bot game. But at the end of the day, right, that's your plan. You want to create a ton of map pressure on this mid tower. You want to bring a lot of regeneration with you so that you can continuously cast your Arc Lightning. In this example, I want to talk about the effective use of Lightning Bolt to check for wards. We're the Dire, so the red wards are ours. But in this downtime, as I'm rotating towards mid here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to utilize Lightning Bolt's Truesight to check for wards. Now, why did I do it there? Because I know that that's a dead spot where the sentry cannot see this ward. That ward's mine, but they could have warded themselves there, and there's no way I would have known. So, I check it, I drop my own ward, so now I have vision of this area, and now I'm going to check other areas that I know are common for wards. Okay, is there a ward there? No. Once again, because I'm, you know, I get farm priority over the Dawnbreaker, I take the farm, and what do? I pressure the Pugna away. I'm going to continue checking for wards. The wards are so important, and let me explain why. So I'm checking for wards, okay? I know there are enemies here. The game is won and lost on vision. Perfect example. Look at this Troll Warlord. He has 162 health. I know that they have vision here. He is not paying attention to the map. 3 opponents are approaching this Troll Warlord. I'm telling him, hey buddy, yo, move, move. They clearly have vision of you. Techies casts his blast off from the staircase, and what's he do? He kills the Troll Warlord, our carry. Okay? That illustrates to me that they most certainly have vision up here, which I was trying to rectify, right? It is so important that as a Zeus, you take advantage of Lightning Bolt, and as for its, you know, Truesight, you have to deward. It is so valuable. My carry's dead, okay, for 49 seconds. Why? Because we didn't have, we messed up vision somewhere. They have vision somewhere here, and he wasn't watching the map. Despite us having vision of watching them walk up, they knew that he was vulnerable. They knew that he was here low health. Techie's blasting off from the staircase without even, like, if there was no ward up here, he wouldn't have had vision of that area. So, you know, yes, a really poor play by the troll, but that is why the vision game is so important, and why as a Zeus, you should really prioritize finding and dewarding enemy wards. Alright guys, here's a really interesting example where I'm basically trying to use Arc Lightning to push a lane. Tinker TP's on top of me with his Boots of Travel. Now I know that this is a dangerous situation, so I back off a bit. One of the reasons why I take my movement speed talent. He does damage, and what's he do? He jumps on top of me. Why? As a Zeus, you're going to have to get used to the fact that opponents want to kill you. They recognize that you are weak and you are susceptible. Now, he starts channeling. I know that I cancel his channel with the mini stun of my Lightning Bolt. He uses his Ghost Scepter, which identifies to me he's going to take additional magic damage. So I decide we need to kill this Tinker. He's a problem. I ult. Right? Knowing that Dawnbreaker and Disruptor are there, I'm recognizing that this guy is going down. and those skills were utilized effectively to take down the opposition. Meanwhile, I also gave my troll and my anti-mage, both who are farming, active vision of the rest of the team. Note that when I do my lightning bolt, okay, which is going to be momentarily, I like going in slow motion here. I do my lightning bolt, right? It reveals where everyone is. It reveals PL, it reveals Bristleback. So what I'm doing is I'm also giving information to my carries who are trying to farm right now, and now they know, okay, Bristle's here and PL's here. This troll knows I can take this tower. I can be super aggressive, well, mind the TPs, but he knows he can be aggressive. And guess what? If they TP on troll, anti-mage knows he's safe. They can't deal with both. So Thundergod's Wrath does a lot of benefit, okay? Not only does it allow you to do a ton of damage, it can be used as a burst tool, like I just did, as a nuking tool, but it also can be used to give your team information. Do not forget that fact, because information wins games, just like how we spoke about with the dewarding of the lightning bolt and what happened to Mr. Troll. Alright, in this example, I want to show you guys how you can utilize Nimbus and your ultimate Thundergod's Wrath in interesting, unique ways. So basically right now, I have Nimbus off cooldown. It's a bit of a lull moment in the game where we're kind of fighting. We see the techies, but we don't really see anyone else. We have the PL illusions up here, which is fine, but everyone else is missing. At this stage in the game at 43 minutes, a smoke gank is a great possibility, so I do two things. The first thing I do is I send a cloud of Nimbus down here. Why? Because I want to actually create pressure on this wave. My Nimbus cloud is going to continuously attack, remember we're dire, so the green is the enemy. We're going to continuously attack this wave, and we're actually going to allow this wave to push. We're trying to create more map pressure. Also, I need to provide my team with more information. So knowing that this is a lull moment in the game and the cooldown is getting reduced here, I actually ult. Why do I ult? I ult because I want to give my team information. We need to know where PL, Bristleback, and not so much the techies, but we need to know where those guys are. So I ult in order to show that Pugna's in base, right? And that, PL, techies, and Bristleback are all showing in their triangle. It's so important having information, and knowing that, that the fight is not going to break out for another minute, and I need mana anyways, it gives me an opportunity to use my skills to good effect. If you just hold Thundergod's Wrath, look, my carries now know that they can safely push and farm this area, which amplifies their damage dealing abilities. This anti-mage is now more comfortable going to this area knowing that their team just showed in this area, and they can't even TP here because there's no tower. So he knows he's safe to push this area. Now they're starting to show as they rotate, right? And this troll should back off. But hey, so this is me saying, hey troll, get out, get out, get out. I'm creating this is a good example of zoning. So what I did here, see that's actually me, look. That's actually me, the green, putting an X here saying, boys, get out. I put this Nimbus here to basically discourage the Bristleback from standing here as I told the Troll Warlord to get out. This Troll Warlord right now should back off. Right? Does he? No. Your teammate's not always going to listen to you, but it's a good example of what that Nimbus does. That Nimbus is me telling the Troll Warlord back off, because now this Bristleback's going to back off because he doesn't want to stand in this Nimbus. So a lot of creative usage of your abilities as a Zeus can go a long way to winning the game. Alright, in this example, we're trying to siege high ground, and we're having a hard time. I want you to know where I'm positioning myself. I'm positioning myself in the tree, so I'm a very hard target for them to jump on. I do not want the PL to jump on me. So what I'm doing here is I'm arc lightning because I know it's going to bounce. It's going to bounce through their entire team. I also cast my lightning bolt, which gives us vision of their high ground so that we can see who's attacking us and from where. I'm getting basically soul siphoned here, so I run back. But once again, look at my item build. Look at my talent trees. I got movement speed, I got extra health, and I got the lightning bolt mini stun. So I am playing a very utility-based Zeus. And as you can see, I don't mind hitting the creeps because I know that it's going to bounce into the opposition. It won't bounce through Fog of War, but I know that I'm able to do damage from a distance, okay? As you can see here, we're trying to position ourselves. What am I doing there? Okay, what am I doing there? Let's go back a couple seconds here. So basically, I see that the PL is coming out. I see this. I have my lightning bolt ready, and I say, okay, we can kill this PL. I know that I've spec'd mini stun. I also know that I'm going to reveal this area. So what I do, he's invisible. I know he's in the trees, so I use my lightning bolt in order to create vision to verify not only is he there, but now that we can go on top of him because his team isn't, right? He tries to make a move, but it's too late for this PL. He gets zoned effectively by the what's it called, the disruptor. I use my ult again to give vision of the rest of the team, and their PL, who is their primary carry, is now in big trouble. We kill the techies. PL is still getting controlled. I stun him again. That's like the 4th stun. I put the Nimbus right on top of him, right? And he tries to get away, but there's no way he gets away. He's dead. He's dead, right? Yes, of course he is. Well done, team. All because, once again, in that kill on their primary carry, this ends the game. This ends the game. It all happens, honestly, because he sticks his nose out too far, right? He goes invisible. I know he's there. I reveal him, and the team makes a good decision under vision to jump on top of him and control him. Again, that would never have happened if I did not utilize the lightning bolt to provide vision and the stun, right? Had he been able to just sneak out, we would not have been able to jump on him. His death ultimately won us the game, okay? Because he's the primary carry. And we were able to utilize our vision to our advantage, right? I threw the Nimbus, identifying that he's an important target. I threw the Nimbus on top of him. I ulted to give vision of everyone else. We had full vision of the fight. Vision won the game. Straight up, right? And that's something about Zeus, do not underestimate. That the ability for you to provide vision for your team and utility is one of the reasons why he's such a successful position 4 as well, right? Vision wins games. We earlier saw how the Troll Warlord fed without vision. Actually, he had vision, he just fed anyway. But you can see now that vision is what allowed us to kill this PL and end the game. Okay, guys? Anyways, that is my Zeus Beginners Guide. If you need, you know, the guide in-game, you can find my guide in the Dota 2 client under, you know, Zeus Beginners Guide by Octavarium. All the information will be in the description and in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and a very special thank you to all of our wonderful subscribers. We will see you in the next Dota 2 Hero Guide video.